have deleted the upload that I did from 10 to 11 because I did a long video. I did a long video. I did not allow reactions. I do not know what happened. And that's why I could not see any comments. So that's why I have decided to in. So if you are there, kindly greet me, tell me hi, so that I may know that you are there. Say hi to me. Say hi to me that I may know that you are there. Are you there? Say hi to me. Yes, Newton, hi. I can see you, Newton. Thank you. Oh, you kindly come again. I did a mistake in the other video. Facts with rankings. Hello. Thank you so much. Karibu sana. Like the video. Sorry for that one that I did wrongly. I had done from 10 to 11, 1 whole hour, but I could not see the reactions, that I guess that I had done some wrong settings. So kindly say hi to me when you come in. I'm live. I want us to discuss about what is a 2NL and what is 1NL. Kindly ask any questions, and when you enter, kindly say hi to me. Mama Twins, I heard you are in the other video. Sorry so much. I deleted it because I made a mistake. I set it as private, and I did not even set the allow reactions. So that's why you see I could not see the comments, and I have deleted that upload. I have decided to do another one. Please ask any questions. Ask any queries. I want us to discuss the 1NL and the 2NL in green card lottery. So please, if you need, if you have anything else that you want us to discuss, you can put it on the comment section. Ask any question. Rifodi Jane, hi, John. Thank you so much, Rifodi. I had started a live at 10 p.m., but I did a mistake. I set it wrongly. I set it to as in private, and there's no one could react because I had set no reactions by mistake. So I have decided to start another live. So Jane, thank you so much. Karibu sana, John. I love you all. I want us to discuss what is a 2NL, what is 1NL and 2NL in green card lottery. And when you come in, kindly subscribe. You have not subscribed, and like the video. I want us to have you are really helping us. Yes, Jane, I'm going to help you until you go to the US. I want you to enter the airplane and go to the US next year. So because I want us to do, yes, I can see I have 24 people watching me. Thank you so much, my friends. I did a mistake in the other video I have done 1 hour ago. I had a live streaming of one hour ago that I did it wrong. I set it as private and not public. That's why I could not see you people. I could not see the reactions on the comment section. So like the video and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, remember this is a family. I want us to have a good teamwork, and I want us to do the right thing, this application, so that next year, come May 2025, you are going to come here and say that you have won, and we are going to give the glory to God, because God is our master, and He's going to lead us very well with the Holy Spirit, and I know we are going to win. Most of us are going to win, those who want to win the green card. So today I came up with something regarding the 2NL and the 1NL, and any other thing that you want us to discuss. You can ask any questions. Yes, I'm so happy for you. Yes, Jane. Yes, I'm so happy for you people. Sorry so much. I started at 10 p.m., but I made a mistake and I deleted the upload. So you are welcome. Mama Twins was there. I cannot see you, Mama Twins. But when you see this video, I was told that you are in the live session, but I could not even greet you because I did not see your name, simply because I had put it in private. So like the video as we continue. I want us to discuss about the 2NL and the 1NL when you win the green card lottery. Gassan, how are you? So I want us to discuss what is that 1NL and the 2NL after winning the green card. Because remember, next year, those who are going to win, or even this year, those who won in May, they did it there. They got their 1NL. What is 1NL? 1NL is the first notification that you get after the results. And the one NL is where you are where you go to the site, entrance status check, ESC, and see that they have selected you. And there is normally a PDF there that shows you all the details and your case number. That is the first NL, 1 NL. It is the first notification that you have won the lottery. So in the first NL, they tell you that you have won, and they give you other information and your case number. Because I told you the case numbers are very key in the whole process. There are some who have very low case numbers, some have middle, and some have very high case numbers. And they all determine whether you are going to get your slot for the interview. It does not mean that if you have a very high case number, you cannot afford to go to the interview. Because some people, when they get the results, they normally do their visa form very fast. They apply for they do the visa form, the form DS-260 very fast. Even if you have a very high case number, and you apply for, you do your visa application, don't know you fill the visa early enough, you can even get a slot for the interview earlier than the one who have a low case number. Because there are some people who have a low case number and they take time. And remember, when you send the application for the visa, the form DS-260, you send it to the KCC. I told you the KCC is the Kentucky Consular Center. That is the body in the US that processes your form DS-260. It processes it, and when they see that you are good to go, they send your information back to your embassy in your country. For example, in Kenya, we have the US Embassy. So the KCC have done their processing about your case. They normally send your details back to the embassy in your country. So after they send the information back to your embassy, the embassy will send you the 2NL. And that is what is called the second notification letter. The 2NL is normally sent by the email. And I told you, your email address is very key in the whole application. So before even you go for the application, ensure that you have a valid email address, because they are going to be communicating with you via the email. So when you get the 2NL, the second notification letter, you normally have a link that when you click it, it takes you back to the site, the US site, the DV program site, where you are going to get the information regarding your visa interview in the embassy in your country. So when you click that link that is normally in the email, in the 2NL or the second notification letter, it will take you to a site, the site where you found your first notification letter. Remember, after winning, you normally go to the US government site and check whether you have been selected or you have not been selected. So when you go to that site now, after clicking the link, you click the link in your email, it takes you to the US site. That is where you find the details of your medical, and that is the details for your visa. They normally send you the visa dates that you're going to interview in this date, at this time, maybe 10 p.m. For example, in Kenya, the US Embassy in Gigiri, they tell you you are going to interview at 10 p.m. on this date. So at that point, you book your appointment. And by booking your appointment, it's just agreeing to whatever they have sent to you, because they have already sent you the the interview dates. If in any case you are not going to be available on that date, by any case, you have to write to them. You go to Google and check their details. Maybe you can call them or write to them via their email that on this and this date, I will not be available. I will be available on this and this date. That's the interview date. But if you are okay with that date that they have sent you by the 2NL, you can now wait to go for the interview. And they normally send you the interview dates for 1 week or 1 month. That is 4 weeks or 6 weeks. That is either 1 month or 2 weeks, and 2 weeks or 1 month. And between that time, that period of time before you go to the embassy for the interview, you needed to book for your medical. You are supposed to book for your medical. And for the medical, every country have got its own details. So if you're in Kenya, the medical normally happens at the IOM. And I told you the IOM is at Gigiri, near the US Embassy. So you go for the medical, and during the medical, I told you they normally do some vaccinations. And you cannot go to any hospital for the medical. They have their designated hospitals, or designated doctors who they can send you for you to go to do the medical. For the case of Nairobi, Kenya, it is Gigiri, the IOM in Gigiri, where it is very near the US. It is near the US embassy. So when you go for the medical, you pay for the medical, and you have to go with your. There are some things that you need to show there. The IOM, if, for example, in Kenya, there are documents that they are going to require for them to go with them to the medical center. After you pass the medical examinations, that is now when they are going to give you a sealed envelope. They give you a sealed envelope with all your information regarding the medical examination, so that you can go with that to the embassy. And do not open the envelope. That is only to be opened by the visa officer or the consular officers. And kindly, guys, like the video. Like the video, please, if you're listening, my dear, and as we continue. So you go to the embassy with the envelope after passing the interview. And that is why I told you, if you have your medical certificate for your children, the vaccination certificate, carry them to the IOM. If you have your own certificates that you are vaccinated, carry them to the IOM. They are going to decide on what vaccines they are going to give you. Because I told you they normally give jabs. They normally vaccinate you. They normally vaccinate you, and they all cost money. So when you are going for the medical, you need to have money enough for the vaccinations and for the whole medical tests. Because there are some sicknesses that if you have those sicknesses, you cannot qualify to go for the visa interview. And remember, for the visa interview, I told you have to carry money. So it is a process that needs a lot of money and a lot of planning. But kindly, after getting the results that you have been selected, ensure that you book for the visa interview. Because even if you have a very high case number, you can go before the person who have a low case number. And if you take more time than enough, remember, you can lose your chance for going for the visa interview. Not everyone that is normally selected normally makes to the embassy for the visa interview. Because remember, we have very many cases, backlogs and all that, and other factors. So even if you have a high case number, maybe your case number is 50,000 or whatever, do not worry. Ensure that after getting the results, you fill the visa form immediately so that you can get a chance. Because after you said you submitted to KCC, you know what you do? You fill the DS-260, and then you submit it to KCC, the Kentucky Consular Center, for processing. So if you said your information early, the batch that goes early will be processed first. Because after they process you, even if your case number is 50,000, they are going to send your information up to the embassy earlier. And by that now, the embassy will go and book for you the appointment. So remember, time is of essence. When you get the results, ensure that you book you write your details early enough in the form DS-260 and submit. And ensure that you have no errors. Because some errors can be forgiven and some others can take a lot of time for the embassy to verify for you. There are some people who normally go to the embassy, maybe they pass the medical, but because they have errors or insufficient documents, when they go to the embassy tells them to go back home so that the embassy might have time for more processing. So time is of essence and accuracy is of essence. Be accurate. Have every detail the way it is supposed to be. If there is any mismatch in any way, have your affidavits. Have everything that you need to have. Filling the form DS-260 and even going to the embassy. Because when you go to the embassy, you are supposed to carry all your testimonials, educational certificates for the principal applicant. If you are not the principal applicant, you do not need to carry the educational testimonials. Even if you finished in class 4 and your spouse have the qualifications as the principal applicant for the derivatives, and I told you the derivatives are the dependents, the children and the spouse. They do not have to carry anything. You only need to take your photo when you apply, nothing else. For the principal applicant, carry your Form 4 certificates, carry your diplomas, carry whatever you are supposed to carry, because they might ask you for those documents. But remember, I told you in the embassy, it normally takes like 3 minutes. If your case is not complicated, only 3 minutes. If you're not complicated. So do not complicate everything. Have all your documents. Have all your details. Even if they are not going to ask for them, carry them to the embassy for your own good. Because imagine you go to the embassy, you're having insufficient documents, and they have to investigate your case further. They send you back home They tell you to leave your passport because I have had such cases. Somebody goes to the embassy with the wife. They are told to leave the passports in the embassy to give the embassy time for processing or to do their background checks. Because I told you, for example, if you are newly married, they might suspect, even if you are genuine, they might suspect that maybe it's a marriage scam. So they can send you back home and do their background checks and decide whether they are going to give you the visas. So when you are going to the interview, have all your messages, your photos, your marriage certificates, your everything to show that you have everything that they need. If they ask any documents, you just remove from the folder and give it up to them. To that point, ask a question. If you cannot understand English, I also understand Swahili. I can only speak 3 languages, majorly. For French, I only know a bit of it. But for English, Swahili and Kikuyu, you are free to ask a question in those languages. I can answer. If you ask in Kiswahili, I will translate in English for everyone to understand. But I will answer you in Kiswahili. If you ask in Kikuyu, I will answer you in Kikuyu, but I will translate it into English and Swahili for everyone to understand because it is international. So please, have your documents ready. Come next year, May 2025, you have been selected. Ensure that in the same week, even if it is possible, the following day, you fill your form DS-260. So that even if you have a very high case number, you are going to get a slot in the embassy. Remember, not all the people who are selected that normally make it to the embassy, simply because of time limit. Because they have to do the interviews within the fiscal year. Within that, there's a normally a set time. And if you don't make it during that time, you can miss out on your interview. So, any questions so far? Before I continue with any other information, I do not know whether you are in the other video that I did 1 hour ago that I deleted, because I could not see anything. I couldn't see anyone. I think I did a very wrong setting, and that's why I couldn't see anyone. So like the video as we continue. Like the video. And then I also talked about wherever you are working. Maybe you are a Kenyan or a Zimbabwean or a Tanzanian, but you work in Qatar, but you are Kenyan. Remember, you have to have a genuine status in that country. So you should not be living in Qatar and you don't have a status. Maybe you went to visit and then you refuse to exit. You are in Dubai, but you don't have a status. That one can also affect you. So whenever you are leaving, have a status. I told you some people go with visitors visa to the US and then they refuse to exit because of their own reasons. Supposing you go to the US and refuse to exit in the appointed time, and now the green card is right here with us. You apply, when you go to the embassy, you get a denial because of your past mistakes. If you overstay in countries, do not even waste your time applying. It can cost you a refusal. And remember, now you are going to get a refusal and you are paid for the visa interview. Because before they start interviewing you, you have to pay before the interview, not after the interview. So if you have any mistakes that you have made that you think they are going to disqualify you, do not waste your chance applying. Remember, even when you have overstay in Dubai, in wherever, I told you everything is electronic. So if you overstayed in Dubai, you overstayed in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, wherever, applying for the green card lottery, chances are very slim for you to get a visa. Because now if you misbehaved in another country, it is easier for you to get a refusal. So don't waste your time applying for the visa or even going to the interview. Just try another way, because now that one you have made a mistake. Remember, when you go for the interviews, carry your past passports and other visas that you have. They will want to see your travel history. They will want to judge you by your travel history. So do not forget to carry your other testimonials, other documents that you have as the principal applicant. Now I'm talking about the principal applicant. If you have got other whatevers, you have your visas that you went to Belgium. Like for example, I went to Belgium some years back. Have all those documents to show that you entered Belgium and you exited well. If you have overstays in countries, unfortunately, that one can be a reason for refusal. If you're in a foreign country, remember you have to have a status in that country for them to see that you are authentic. Because I told you have to be authentic, truthful from the word go. Because I told you can even go to the interview. Maybe you lie to them and they give you the visas, but one day, one time, it will catch up with you. You know, there's no perfect lie, as I told you formerly. There is no perfect lie or perfect crime. Whatever you do today will affect tomorrow. Because even when you hide something, something will expose it at some point. So be authentic, talk the truth. Go with the documents, all of them. For example, like for the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, the KCSE certificate, the O-level certificate, you normally go to the NEC website, and then the NEC or the officials of NEC will send the certificate to the U.S. Embassy. But things keep changing. When you go to the Form DS-260, check all the requirements, because maybe next year will not be like this year or last year. Things keep changing all the time. So please, ensure that you have everything before you start applying for the Form DS-260, so that you might be accurate. Your social security, your social media handles, be very careful. The comment that you do, the insult that you insult people, things that you do on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, I don't know what, you are going to give them your social media handles, your user ID, so that they can access your handles, your social medias, and see what you normally do, your activities. So every activity that you do online, it is normally captured. So do not try to do anything dirty, because it can cause you a refusal. I told you, whatever you do in this world, even before the eyes of God, if you insult people, you mock people, you hate people, you do whatever you want to do, it can catch up with you before you come out of this earth. So even if it is going to the US, be authentic. There are people who use the wrong way, and then when they go there, things turn out against them. You can go there and have a very bad time because you went on the wrong way. But when you use the wrong route, use the right path, you are going to be successful from the word go, even forever and never more. And I told you, when you go to the US and you are young, and join the army for the US. If you join the US Army, remember you become an automatic US citizen. When you join the army in the US, you become automatically a US citizen. That is a very great chance. And when you get the citizenship, you cannot come for your family immediately. Your mother, your father, your children, without any hurdles. Because when you are a citizen, it is even better than when you are a resident. So if you go to the US here and you are young, Gasan, are you a young person? Go to the US, become a US Army. Become an army soldier in the US Army. You are going to get a citizenship immediately. And even after going with the green card, if you stay for 5 years without exiting, you can get a citizenship after 5 years. Now, if you go on a green card, you go and stay in the US, no exiting back to Africa or to wherever or to Asia, you can get your passport for US after 5 years. So whatever you do in this life, be authentic, be genuine, love other people, and you are going to be successful in everything that you do. Because even God wants us to be authentic. So I think I've given you the right tips about the medical. So after the 2NL, the second notification letter, you are going to see a link leading you to about the interview date. And in the same page of the 2NL, after you go to that site, after you click the link, you are going to book for the medical appointment and do the medical appointment before the interview. But you cannot do the medical appointment or the medical examination very, very early before the visa interview. The visa interview has to be scheduled so that you can plan for the medical. So, and after getting the medical, after passing the examination for the medical, you go to the embassy for the interview. After they put your and remember also, you are going to book for your courier service in that site where there is a medical and the visa and the whatever in the embassy. You are going to book the courier services where you are going to get your passports and the visas. Because remember, after you go for the interview, you leave the passports in the embassy for them to put the visas. In Kenya, in this case, in Kenya, it is DHL. I know most of us know DHL. That is where you go to get your passport and the visas after they are processed. Because after they are processed, the embassy will notify you via the email that now go for your passports. You go and get your passports with the visas for US, immigrant visas, and they are normally valid for 6 months. The immigrant visas are normally valid for 6 months. But after you enter the US with that visa, they normally put a wet stamp. You know the wet stamp, like that one for school. They normally put a wet stamp endorsing that this visa, upon endorsement, it is valid for 1 year. Upon endorsement, serves as 1 year residence permit. So after you enter with that visa to the US, they are going to stamp it upon arrival, and they are going to write something called and the stamp will read this: upon endorsement, serves as 1 year residence permit. So that is 1 year valid. So in any case, if you did not afford to go with your family to the US because maybe you did not have the flight tickets for the family, you can enter the US because your visa will be valid for 6 months. And when they stamp it, you have 1 year. But because your family back in your country, in Africa or in Asia or in Europe, their visas are still valid for 6 months and time is elapsing, ensure that you come back for them, because some hosts in the US normally say they cannot host someone with the family. Some do agree, but not all of them. There are some who can host you alone so that you can go and earn, and after earning, you get a house for yourself or an Airbnb or whatever, you get your family from wherever you came from. So ensure that you come for your family before the 6 months elapses. So my topic today was majorly on the 2NL and the 1NL. So after the 2NL, hasten yourself, book for the medical, because already the visa is the interview for the visa is already booked. You just confirm that you're going to be available, and then you book for the courier service. In Kenya it is DHL, and you book for the medical. In Kenya it is Gigiri. Gigiri is there up. You know Gigiri. People know Gigiri. You can even use your Google map to check where Gigiri is from Nairobi town. So I don't think we are going to have much, not unless maybe you have a query. And kindly like the video, please, and subscribe if you haven't, because we shall be having very nice educative sessions together. And you are free to ask a question or to have a reaction, or to have, if you have anything that you can add, you still can add on the comment section, and I'll read it for you. And I know all of us, we are going to get a genuine help so that we might be successful from the date of application to the date of the flight when you are flying to the US, and even choosing the right state. Not the states are not the same in the US, by the way, but you can even go to Google and check the states, which are more secure, which are very expensive to live in. They are different. So you can look for the host in the state that you maybe feel like that one you are going to afford to live, because not all states are the same. Living in Boston is not like living in New York. There are many states in the US different. Some of them are not that secure. Some are very secure depending on the state. So remember, one state in the US is like a country. It's like Uganda, Kenya, whatever, one state. There are so many states that make the United States of America. So I think we are going to have live sessions all the time to educate everyone who is in this channel. And I know most of us, we are going to make the right decision. If you have, I told you for the work experience, I can repeat it again and again. For the work experience, be very careful. If you're not sure of the work experience, don't apply. Because now you go to the embassy, pay for 42,000 for one person for the visa, and then you are told that that work is not qualified. For the work experience, unless you are very sure, leave alone about that. But if you are sure that your work experience will qualify you, if you don't have the educational qualification, that is okay. But remember, as long as you have a minimum of Form 4, if you have a minimum of high school degree, you know the US and other countries call Form 4 certificate high school degree. As long as you have a minimum, you can write minimum. Because remember, there's a form that I read for you in the other videos, and kindly go and do all the other videos. Check all the information, watch all the other videos. When I read for you the form how it is, they had written there down, vocational whatever is not recognized, vocational training. So it is Form 4 certificate, degrees are okay, bachelor's and whatever, but as long as you have the minimum. So if you have a minimum of Form 4, just write Form 4 minimum in your, even in your Form DS 260. Even if you have a bachelor and you have a minimum degree, a minimum of Form 4 certificate, you can take Form 4, but when you go to the embassy, carry your testimonials, the degrees and all that. Because there are some people who are asking about vocational whatever, they say vocational is not recognized. So if you have done vocational courses, whatever, don't write that one. As long as you have the Form 4, to stop confusion, write the Form 4. Because anyway, you have to go with the certificate to the embassy. And the NEC have to send the certificate to the embassy electronically. So in this case, there is no lying. You cannot maneuver. Nowadays, I don't think there's nothing like lying. If you lie today, you are going to be caught tomorrow, even if it is after 10 years. I have seen people going on green card and then being deported after many years if they discover anything wrong. And if they discover anything wrong, in case you are not going to be brought back, I told you, remember, it is going to be a serious legal battle. And remember, legal battles are very expensive. So let's not go to that direction of legal battles. Let us be authentic. If I cannot go to the US because I don't qualify, I can go to Canada if God wishes. Because some things, God can open a door for you in Canada. But for the Canada green card, I told you, there are countries that have green card, but the lottery is only in the US. For the Canada, it's not a lottery, it's a green card. US, it's a lottery where they pick randomly. For the Canadian green card, it's whereby if you have your degree, maybe you are an accountant. For the Canada one, they are for the very, very learned people, doctors, surgeons, accountants. For Canada green card, it's not a lottery. You must have qualifications. If you are a doctor, you can get a green card for Canada. So for the US, it's the only one that normally do the lottery. They give you the chance. As long as you have got a minimum to Form 4, they do the lottery. But for other countries, they have qualifications, very high qualifications. Maybe you are a surgeon, maybe you are a doctor. For Canada, by the way. So, and even you can get a job in Canada. If it is not for the green card, you can go for a visit. Visitor visas do not mind about your education. For the visitor visas, if you are qualified now, there are those pathways for the nurses and whatever. You can check online for Canada. You can go to Poland for work. But for the US, it's a lottery. That is a golden chance. And that's why I'm saying, let's take advantage of this golden chance. Because as I told you in the earlier videos, there is one time that maybe your country or my country will not be eligible. Simply because what happens, after they admit enough people from a particular country, they remove the country from the eligibility. So you never know until when your country or my country will be eligible. So take advantage now. Apply the right way, and when you get that chance, you can go and help other people. I normally say when you go somewhere, do not be mean. If you have information, pass it to other people, because you never know why God put you to that place. When you go to the US, you can host someone, help. You never know. Life is not permanent. Help others. If you can help with your knowledge, like what I'm doing now, I'm giving you knowledge so that you might be successful. Help people. You can write in the comment section any other thing that maybe you think that you know that we may not be knowing, or that someone else may not be knowing, because even those who already have the green card, they don't have the information. They just did the lottery by good luck. They were selected, but they don't have the information. But they can help you maybe by hosting you. They can help you by sponsoring you, because sometimes you can get a host who do not have enough money. You have now to look for a host and a sponsor, but that is not a problem. The major thing here is winning. Is being selected. Because being selected is not winning. After selection, remember there is a process. So I think I have talked enough. I want you now to ask a question, Jane, that you haven't understood. John, you can start. You can ask a question. Facts with rankings, you can ask a question that you want us to maybe to clarify. So, and those who have not applied, I told you, prepare well, have a nice blouse or t-shirt that is colored. Do not go with the white top, because I told you the background must be white. So having a white top, it will be so bright. So ensure that you have something maybe black, red, green, another color, but not white, because the background must be white. So remember about the status. If you're in another country other than your country, you have to have a status in that country. Don't be illegal in that country. If you are staying in Dubai, remember that you have to be legal, because there are people who are in Dubai and they might want to do their interview in Dubai, though they come from Congo or Tanzania. Remember, you have to have a status, because they are going to ask you, how are you? Okay, you are, because when you are doing the application, you normally have the country of birth. The country of birth, be very careful. Some people mistake the country of birth with the country of where they live. The country of birth is very important. That one you cannot be forgiven if you make a mistake. And if you are going to be forgiven, they are going to, I don't know what will happen for them to prove that you are right. The country of birth, be very careful, because you could be born in Congo and you live in Qatar, and people tell you to click Qatar mistakenly. Country of birth is where you are born, and that is where you are claiming your eligibility. But where you live is a different place. So when you are reading the whatever is written on that form during application, ensure that you read it carefully. Cyber people are sometimes malicious or careless sometimes. Ensure that whatever they are feeding for you is what is in your passport. Because if they make a mistake, it will cost you. Some of them even refuse to give you the confirmation number. That is very wrong. Some of them are not so good. So I remember many years back when I was a young mother, I applied with my children very many years back that time. And the cyber person did not even tell me whether you are supposed to be given a confirmation number. He takes your money, he takes the photos and everything, and then he does not even care. So be very careful. When he's filling the information, look at every step. If possible, go to the cyber that normally takes good photos, take the photos, but do the filling yourself. Do not allow anyone to go and fill for you things that you do not know. You can do the filling in your laptop or even in your phone. It is not hard. As long as that the photos are right, you are good to go. So I think I'm good. Any queries, John? John, any question? Newton, any question? Fact with rankings, ask a question regarding that. The country of birth, the country where you live, the city of birth, and all that. And like the video. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Consider subscribing. And share this live. Share the live. I know there are many people who are lost. There's someone who told me when I was doing a live that they already did 2 applications. Imagine, if they had known this, they couldn't have done that. There are people who normally think that when you do 2 applications, you get 2 chances. Remember, when you apply twice, one person applying twice, that is automatic disqualification. You have to apply, you can only apply twice, husband and wife as the principal. If both of you qualified, you have the educational qualification. But now you cannot apply twice as one person, thinking that you are going to get more chances. When you do 2 applications, that is automatic refusal. You cannot be selected even at the initial point. That one is a refusal automatic. That one is you cannot be selected. If you use a photo that is beyond 6 months, a photo that is older than 6 months, that is automatic deny. You cannot be selected. Because I told you digital things have got months and dates. So anything that is digital have got a date, even if you cannot see it physically. So the machine will detect that this photo was taken 7 months ago or 8 months. The photo must be recent. Remember when I was reading for you the form, there was a part that was saying recency of the photo. Recency means photo must be recent, not an old photo. An old photo is not, you cannot use an old photo. So, any questions, Jane? Have you applied? Or you are still waiting to apply later? John, have you applied? If you are planning to apply, I think now you have got every information that you need. So, Newton, about the photo must be of the required centimeters. So, if you put the photo that is not the photo, for example, when you are being taken the photo, ensure that you look into the camera, straight ahead, straight into the camera. Don't look like this aside. Look into the camera. Otherwise, you are going to be disqualified. Look into the camera and have a nice top. It should be colored, but do not put a white top. For the photo, ensure that the photo, whatever you are putting on is not white. Put something black. You can put green colored, like this colored one, but white top. It's not going to be a white good photo. And then look into the photo. Let your ears be, I can repeat again, but I have repeated it many times. Let your ears be visible and your forehead be visible. Ensure that you have everything that is in your face, maybe like I told you, like this thing that I have here. This birthmark, it is visible. Ensure that your photo is crystal clear. And I told you no makeup, no glasses. I told you for the Muslims, because that one is a religious covering, they normally do the women normally do the hijab. That one is allowed. Yeah, so I want you to be successful, Newton. Apply the green card, but ensure that you have the right photograph. You can be taking the photo and do it in your phone. You apply in your phone. It's not a must the cyber person to apply for you, because they can make a mistake on your details. And your details, you get them from the passport, because that is what you're going to carry in the embassy, the details. But if you don't have the passport, I told you to use your birth certificate. In case of any mismatches or any errors in the names, ensure that when you are filling the form for the visa, you do the right thing and carry the evidence to the interview room. Any questions? Anyone else with a question? Facts with rankings. Ask a question. Ask a question. Any question regarding the application? Regarding the 2NL, the 1NL, I think I have explained enough about the 2NL. That means second notification letter that has all the details, showing that now you are going to get to go for the visa interview. Some people normally, some people are normally selected. They get the 1NL, but they never get the 2NL. So when you get the 2NL, know that you are the lucky one, that the word of the Lord is on your side. But even if you don't get it, do not mind. If you don't get the chance this time, there is always another time. And I always say with life, do not force yourself. I saw someone, that it is a very sorry and very unfortunate case. Someone forced themselves to fly to a particular country. I don't want to mention that country. They came to the airport, they were refused. They came another time, they were refused. But finally, they got another flight and they were allowed to fly. But they died in that country because of cold. Imagine. And it was a mother, I remember. It was very sad. So please, if you're not selected, or if you are selected and you don't make it to the embassy, do not force yourself, because you don't know why God do not want you to go to that country. So if you are selected and you go through to the embassy, thank you. If you don't have the chance, wait. There are so many things that you can do even in your country. So any question, John? Any question? As we continue, any question, any concern, anything that you don't know how to go about regarding the application and the filling of the form and the DS-260 visa form? So my thing is, or my advice, be authentic from day one. I always tell people in this life, even in your home, be authentic. When you go for the embassy interview and you are newly married, sometimes they can suspect. Remember when you are old couples, when you are an old couple and you have children, the interview can even take 3 minutes. Because I always, even when old people go for the visa, for example, an old grandmother going for a US visa to the embassy, they can get the visa immediately, because it is very hard for an old person like that to be using lies or to have a sinister motive. But when an old person go for the visa interview, you normally go through a they normally interrogate you a lot. So that is the same case. If you win the green card lottery and you had written married and you didn't have the marriage certificate because you are married customarily, when you are an old couple, maybe you have stayed for 20 years in your marriage, for 15 years and you have all the evidence and you have the children, it can take 3 minutes for the interview. But for the newly wedded couple, even though you are genuine, because you can be newly wedded and you are very genuine, but not because you got the marriage certificate recently, or maybe after the interview, or no, after the selection, maybe after you discovered that you are selected, they will need to see a lot of evidence. Where did you do the wedding? Do you know this? For example, they can ask you, what is the name of your mother-in-law? For example, and you know what? Sometimes there are those who say that they went to the embassy, they were told to go to leave the passports for the embassy to do more processing or to do more background checks to make sure that whatever you are telling them is true. So imagine they go and then the embassy can write some questions, maybe two checklists, or maybe two sheets of paper with questions, same questions. One embassy official have this paper, the other one have this paper. And then after you come back, you are called back for a second interview. They take you to different rooms. They can ask you so many things. Maybe how your house looks like, what kind of sofa set are in your house, how many rooms how many bedrooms, what is the name of your sister-in-law, what is the name of your cat. And imagine if you don't tell it, they can suspect you. But if you are talking the truth, you are going to have all the information. You have the names of your mother-in-law, your sisters-in-law, whenever you went for the dowry, Where is that place that you went for the dowry? Where does your spouse come from? What is the name of your mother-in-law? What is the name of your whatever? So I told you, when you talk the truth, you are never going to miss out. But when you lie, you can be taken to separate rooms and one of you can start talking stories. So when you are going for the interview and you are newly married, even if you are going to have the marriage certificate, it is advisable you go to the Attorney General to give you a certificate, to give you an affidavit, so that you can have the affidavit from the Attorney General, no, from the lawyer, sorry. You can go to the lawyer to get an affidavit before you go to the Attorney General for a marriage certificate, because the marriage certificate is issued in the Attorney General's office. So go to the lawyer, get the affidavit. It's good to have as many documents as you can, though it is going to cost you a few. It is going to cost you more money to have the affidavit. But it is better you have the affidavit and the marriage certificate and all other evidences, photographs, carry even the photographs, the messages in your phones that you chatted in last year or the whatever, the M-Pesa transaction, everything, have them as evidence, because they are going to save you instead of you being told to go and wait for another day to come for the visa interview, because you can be given a date that is later and then you miss out on the interview because they have to do the interviews within the fiscal years. Within the fiscal year, there's a timeline, a time limit. So, any query? First with rankings, any question? Any queries regarding the interview, regarding the what you are supposed to carry, regarding the photo? I hope, Newton, you have been satisfied with the answer regarding the photo. The photo, most of the cyber guys know how to do it. Go to the cyber that they normally write green card application, because some of them do not care. They just want your money and they don't care about the specifications. And even you can be taking a photo in a cyber. If you doubt it, you can take it to a better genuine cyber for them to crop it for you, so that they can meet the requirements or the specifications. Otherwise, if you have a bad photo, no, the computer will not gonna select your name, your photo. So be authentic, be genuine, and I wish you well. Those who have applied, I hope you are going to be selected. If you don't get selected, next year you are going to have to do it more perfectly, because now you have the information regarding everything, regarding the status in other countries, regarding overstaying in other countries, because remember, you are going to have all the passports that you have ever been given, carry all your visas that you have ever had. Carry your passport, show that you went to Tanzania, the stamps, the entry stamps to Tanzania, exit, to show and explain what you went to do in Tanzania. Because when you are truthful, you are going to have the right information in your mouth. Anything that you do right is normally in your, you cannot lie about anything. So let's be truthful, my dear. So I think that is good for today. Not unless there is anyone with a burning question. Yes, I see you have satisfied, Newton. Thank you. If there is anyone with any question, you can also ask after this video in the comment section. There are people who normally come and watch later, and they ask the questions, and I have never left out without answering the question. I always write the answers accurately, because I want all of you who are going to apply this time. If you need to apply, you feel like you want to apply, I told you the age limit is 21 years. As long as you are 21 years and above, even if you are 100 years, you are free to apply. From 21 years to 200 years or to whatever years, because God can give you a long life. And if you are 200 years and you have the work experience or the educational qualification, and you feel that you can apply, imagine no one can refuse you. As long as you have the qualifications, it is good to go. But I don't think whether even at 100 years you can decide to go to another country. After 80 years, I'm not sure that anyone will want to go. But even if you are 80 and you want to do that, you can. If you do not have a host and you have your money, you can go and host yourself in the US. There are people who normally have money, they are millionaires. You do not need to ask for a host if you are a millionaire. If you are not a millionaire, you have to have a host, so who can take care of you. And if the host is not able to take care of your financial needs, because they do not also have enough money, you can look for a sponsor. So you can have the host and the sponsor. And the host can also be your sponsor. A host can be both. They can host you and they can also have the money to cater for your family. If they allow you to go with your family, good to go. If they tell you to go alone and then come for your family later, do that. Because after reaching the US, now you can start earning after you get your social security number. That's why I told you when you get a bad host, they are not going to show you the way immediately. But when you get a good one, they are going to show you the way so that you can get your social security number, you can get your green card, not the card itself, because now that one you have already is a visa. So in the course of time, you are going to get your card now. Yes, Rhoda, good morning. Thank you, Rhoda. Karibu sana. Welcome to my live show. I did a live show at 10 p.m., but it was wrong because I did not put public and I deleted it. I wasted my whole 1 hour doing a live, Rhoda, but I deleted. I think you had seen it in my advertisement in my WhatsApp, but I deleted it because I did not put public. So people came here and they commented that I could not read the comments. So I was speaking alone and then I deleted. But now we are good to go, Rhoda. Any question, Rhoda? Karibu sana, karibu. Good morning. Thank you. Welcome to the live show, Rhoda, and ask any question. Your visa expert is here to answer any question regarding green card, regarding any visa for any country, by the way. Not only the US. Even if you need to know how to apply for a UK visa, a US, or whatever visa, I can answer any visa-related question. If you cannot understand the English, I can always you can always ask your question in Swahili or Kikuyu. I do not know, I only know those languages. English, Swahili, and Kikuyu. For the French, it's only that one for greeting and what, but not, I don't know deep. In other languages also I know, but not deep. But for the Swahili, English, and Kikuyu, I'm fluent. Rhoda, any question? Have you applied or you are not? Have you applied, Rhoda, my dear? So now is the best time to do not wait until 5th of November, because you know, because of the congestion, sometimes the system can break down. Don't wait until November 5th. You can apply now, by the way. From now until, wow, she's going to let her get it in the name of Jesus. Your daughter is going to get it in the mighty name of Jesus. Let the favor of the Lord be upon that daughter. Because now when she gets the green card, she can get you. She can now file for you later. After some years in the US, she can file for you. That is the good thing with the green card. That's why I'm saying when you get the chance, it is better you sell everything. You sell even your small cat. Amen. Amen, Lord. May the Lord have his way in that application so that we can come here and celebrate next year. The results normally come out in May 5th. Last year, was it 5th or 4th or 6th? Something to do with either 4th or 6th. So, on 5th or 4th to 6th of May, we shall be celebrating for the ones that are going to win. And we shall come back here. We shall sing a song to the Lord. We shall glorify the Lord because of the victory. Because I know what I normally say, tell God this. Dad, if it is your will, Dad, open this door. If it is not your will, block it. Because the door can be opened, and then you don't know what is going to happen in future. And the Lord knows our life. He knows since you are born to when you are going to come out of this world. So whenever you are doing anything, even when you are applying, put God first. If it is his will, you are going to win, get a good host, get a good flight, and when you go to the US, you can even come back for your parents. You can come back for your children, because that one is a golden chance. So I know most of us here will come and celebrate. We shall come here and have even 2 hours celebrating. If it's even better, you borrow money from everyone when you win, because it's quite expensive. You need some money for the processing and for the flight. But I know after winning and after getting the visa, everything will work out. God is going to work it out for every one of us. So share the live, Maybe there's someone who wants to hear something good. You can share the live. You can share the live for those who want to hear this good news of how they are going to do an effective and nice application, a successful one And in 2025, we come here and celebrate the doing of the Lord. And let us put God first, because the doors that he opens, no devil, no human, no angel can close. And if he purposes for you to pass, it will not matter whether you apply on 1st of October or 5th of November. If the Lord has purposed you to pass, and you are following the right procedure, you are going to pass, because that is the doing of the Lord. It's only that it's good to have the information so that you might do the right thing, instead of now getting a lot of hiccups, hurdles, hiccups. You go to the embassy, they tell you to go and wait. You go to whatever, but now when you have the right information, you're not going to have to waste your time. So, Rhoda, thank you so much. Thank you for checking in. Thank you, Newton, for checking in. I don't know whether Jane is still there. Lifodhi. Jane, are you still there? So, my friends, may the Lord have his way in every application. All my viewers, may the Lord remember you. And whatever you do daily, if you are a shopkeeper, if you do you are a housewife or whatever you do, may the hand of the Lord be upon you. Whatever you do, may the Lord remember you also. May the Lord remember your children. Even if you made mistakes mistakenly because you did not know, may the Lord remember you. Because some mistakes, I told you, they are not that bad. They are not grave. But some mistakes are grave. When you lie, that is a grave mistake. But if you make a genuine human error, maybe you make a mistake, you can rectify in the visa form, and you can go to the embassy and explain yourself. You can tell the embassy officials that I did this because I did not know. For example, there is someone who told me in a comment that they put their state, the city of birth unknown, simply because they normally write a city. You know, in the application form, we don't have a district. They normally write city of birth. So the person told me that they applied it just recently, and they wrote the city of birth as unknown. And I told that person that is not a grave mistake. That one you can explain it, but during the visa, the application form from DS260, write the correct information in your birth certificate. I told you the city of birth is where you are born. If you are born in Wajir, that is your city of birth. If you are born in Mandera, that is your city of birth. Don't write Nairobi. If you are born in Nairobi, that is your city of birth. If you are born in Nyeri, that is your city of birth. So do not panic. Some mistakes are pardonable because human is to error. And then, not everyone knows how to read those information. But lying about your marriage, that one is not pardonable. You cannot be forgiven. Write the right thing. If you are single, this is normally married, unmarried, separated, widowed, all those. Tick appropriately. If you are widowed, have your death certificate. If you are widowed, have your death certificate. If you are whatever, have whatever you need to have. If you are separated, I told you, have the court documents, the separation certificate. And if you are separated, I insist once again. I insist once again. Write your spouse also. Put your spouse in the DV rotary, even though you are not planning to fly to them with the US. Do not forget about separation. And separation is for them that have been married officially. It's not for them that have been customarily married. Because when you are customarily married and you don't have a marriage certificate, you cannot say that you have a separation certificate. Separation is for them that have got the marriage certificate and they have separated and they have a separation document from the court. So don't make mistakes. In marriage issues, be very, very accurate. So I think I'm done. Not unless someone else have something. Facts with rankings. I have not seen your comment. Any query? Any query? John, any query? You are free to ask any query and like the video. Rhoda, have you liked the video? Like the video, guys. Like the video. And if you have not subscribed, you subscribe. And any question that you may have later after this show, you can ask me on the comment section and I will answer you very accurately. Mama Twins, thank you so much because you came in the other live that I did from 10 p.m. But I made a mistake and I deleted that video. But thank you so much because someone told me that she saw you in the other live. Thank you for your support. Everyone who comes to my live, thank you so much. Everyone who have subscribed, may the Lord open doors that no one can close. No devil, no human, no angel, no Illuminati can close. And may let your star shine brightly. Your star shine brightly. You are the stars of your children, those who have got children. You do not have a work experience and you don't have the certificate for class 8. Do not worry. May the Lord open for you other avenues. Because there are so many ways that you can maneuver in this world as long as you are rightful before the eyes of God. So let us be good to one another. Let's not be malicious. Let us be supportive to one another. If you have your YouTube channel, you can also put it in the comment section. We can pin it for you because we want to support one another. Whatever you do on a daily basis, may the Lord put his hand on that. Anything that you do, if you are a salesman, if you are a house help, a house manager, whatever you do, may the favor of the Lord be upon you. For them that have applied, let the favor of the Lord be upon you. For them planning to apply, for them that are going for the interview soon, because there are some who have already passed the interview, those who did the application in 2023, those who applied for the green card in 2023, they are starting their interviews now. Some of them have started the interviews. So, at the interview room, let the favor of the Lord be upon you. If you did any mistakes that you did erroneously, mistakes that you did not plan to do, may the Lord cover those mistakes. If you are the visa officers or whatever, give you an interview for 3 minutes because you are genuine. And when you go to the US, do not forget the Lord. Do not forget the Lord who took you to Canaan. Because I told you US for some reason is Canaan in this world. So when you go to the US, remember, do not forget where you came from. Do not forget your God. Do not forget other people. You can also help. You can always help. You can host some people. You can do anything to help them. Because life is not permanent. You are not here on earth forever. So do not hide people. Do not hide what you know from others. Or do not hide what you can give others. Because the Lord says, if you have what you have, give to other people. Do not tell that person, go and be blessed, that you are going to pray for them. If you can host them, and you know you can, do not deny them. If you cannot, and God knows you cannot, there is no problem. So, I wish you good luck. I wish you the best in your application. If you are going to Canada, if you want to go to Canada, I wish you the best because not everyone is going to the US. We cannot all fit in the US. Some can go to Poland, some can go to Canada, some can go to Spain, but follow the right procedure. When you go to Canada to visit, exit, always have a good travel history because you never know in the future how it can affect you. If you go to visit a country in any way, exit at the appointed time. Whenever you are traveling, whatever you do on this earth, remember God is watching. And I told you God cannot be found in lies. If you lie about anything, about your spouse, you lie about your children, you lie about education or anything, remember God is not found in lies. And when the devil has a share in your blessing, maybe you get the green card, yes, but the devil has a share because you lied. Maybe you went to the US on a visa and you hid yourself. Remember, God can never be found in lies. Be authentic, be genuine, visit and come back. Visit, come back. Another time you can plan and visit again because you know when you have a good travel history, even when you go to another embassy for an interview, you can pass easily. So, I wish you well in everything, in your endeavors. May the Lord have his way in your lives, in your work, wherever you work. And 2025, most of you fly to the US. Others fly to Canada. Others go to Poland. Others go to wherever. This world belongs to the Lord and everything they are in. So, you can fly to wherever you want to fly as long as you have the visa and the right motive. And when you go to visit, go back to your country because that is the plan of God. Do not go to force yourselves into other people's countries illegally. It can cost you in future. So thank you very much. Let me see whether there is anyone who have anything to say before I close. So thank you so much for your support, for staying with me until this time. I know most of us are going to work tomorrow. May the Lord bless you. I'm going to close my live session, and I wish you well. In Jesus' name, amen.